The Bitcoin price is not looking very happy, not at all. So we went all the way down to 64,000 something. And as it might seem, as on-chain data is showing that they're actually preparing to dump billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. So then what is going to happen to the price if that's going to be the case? So let's reevaluate this and let's see, what do we do? Do I get out of my degen long trade that I have been building on Ethereum? Should I chicken out like this right in the perfect storm type of a scenario? So let's have a look and let's just jump straight into this. We're going to get back to the TA shortly, but first let's examine the news and who's going to be dumping billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, for what reasons, and what can we see going from here. And then we're going to come back to the technicals. And just quickly, remember guys, about if you're trading actively and if you're following me, then you could be also trading on an exchange that I'm trading, that I'm trusting, that is convenient all over the globe, except for a few countries that unfortunately are too restrictive, and that is Bybit. And with my exclusive link down in the description of this video, you can actually claim up to $30,000 in initial deposit bonuses, which gives you access to the copy trading, which gives you access to my crypto investing education, not full trading education, but investing education, and other bonuses. And also you get lifetime access for absolutely free to my trading community, where we post trades, where we discuss what is happening, etc. It's not my full VIP trading club, but it is something, and it can be useful for you to have a look at what we do. Anyway, enough of shilling. Let's just get into this important stuff today. And from the good stuff, there's only one good piece of news that I can share with you, and that is that ProShares have launched a leveraged 2x Ultra Bitcoin ETF. Well, it was, I guess, yesterday, which is really cool in my opinion. I mean, this shows that the Wall Street is actually going all in, and they're going to be having leveraged Bitcoin ETFs. So imagine about this in terms of the capital flowing in and the FOMO and etc. But again, these good news stop right here. So let's examine what else is happening. And in terms of the dump, it is expected to happen and be done by the US government. But again, don't jump to conclusions just yet. Silk Road Bitcoin, worth $2 billion, was moved by the United States government, which was surprising for me that they've actually seized it so long ago. If they didn't believe in Bitcoin, why didn't they fucking sell all of it? Like, why? I don't want to be sounding like a theorist here, but for me it is a bit weird. If they don't believe in it, why are they keeping it for so long? And the US government is currently sitting on billions of dollars of profits from Bitcoin hodling. Go figure, right? But anyway, so a wallet tagged as belonging to US government moved 30,000 Bitcoins to what's reported to be a Coinbase wallet late Tuesday morning. So let's examine this. So what really happened was they sent 0.001 Bitcoin to Coinbase Prime address, like a test transaction that we usually do before we send a big batch to make sure we're sending it to the correct place. But then they actually sent about 30,000 Bitcoin to a new address, which, you know, some could say that it's not Coinbase address because, again, they sent only 0.0001 according to Arkham to Coinbase Prime address, and then 30K to some new address. So whatever that means, maybe it is a Coinbase address as well, nonetheless. But it still is quite worrying, because if you think about this, then $2 billion of Bitcoin, 30,000 is quite a lot, especially if they were to actually dump it in one click. This would suck. And actually, we've had a precedent in the history where we also have seen the same. On July 12th, 2023, on-chain data showed US government transferring 10,000 Bitcoin, also I think to Coinbase. And it was worth about 300 million at the time. So now it would be like 600, 700 million. And this is what actually led to quite a sizable correction, I believe. This is what actually happened right here, so July of 2023, and then we actually saw a dump of about 20% or so. So this has happened before. Again, 16%, because, you know, if that were this kind of selling pressure certainly can cause some issues for the liquidity of Bitcoin. Yeah, absolutely. And especially if we, for example, if we'll look at what is happening currently and the reasons why we are stagnating a little bit in terms of our growth from the ETFs, because Grayscale just keeps dumping and dumping and dumping and dumping insane amounts. And therefore, even from April the 1st, we were again negative 85 million because Coinbase, again, minus 300 million. And even though BlackRock, 165 million, 150 million, even Arkham yesterday sold 87 million. So we were only positive of 40 million. So it is not that big of a buying pressure like it was before. They're stalling it a bit. Again, is it all on purpose? Might be so. Maybe they actually knew that this is going to happen, that the US government will dump some of their Bitcoin so that they actually can start accumulating at a lower price and create panic on the market. This is just my theory. But then the question is, should we be scared of this? Should we really be scared right now? Should we chicken out of Bitcoin because, oh, they could dump it? Even if, guys, for one, I believe that this could all just be FUD, and they actually are not going to sell it because it actually did happen before that there were some transfers happening, but they were still hodling it. They didn't dump it, and especially they didn't dump it in one click. So even if they would dump it, which is very unlikely, but guys, even if they would dump it, in my opinion, it would be the same situation just like with Grayscale here, that they are dumping on the daily basis. It is short term. It doesn't change the fundamentals of Bitcoin. It doesn't change anything. It just gives you a better entry price into the bull run that is around the corner. Halving is less than 3 weeks away. Could this be the pre-halving dump because of the United States government dumping some of their Bitcoin and therefore manipulating the price for BlackRock to accumulate at a cheaper price? Because guess what? BlackRock, nobody even knows who owns BlackRock. It seems like the US government is the one who owns BlackRock. So them selling it to BlackRock, for example, just through the market to dump the market, and BlackRock scooping it up, could be an interesting manipulation. What do you think about it? So, and us, chicken heads would be all paranoid about it. But in reality, it is just a short-term volatility, short-term correction. Considering, if we look currently at asset managers and institutionals, that their long positions, they keep increasing their long positions. Look, and in terms of their short positions, look at how small they are, 800 compared to 20K, and they're adding to their long positions. Asset managers, not some dumb money, asset managers. Then look at liquidity. We have far more liquidity on the upside than on the downside. And the same thing here, we are standing basically somewhere in this vicinity. There isn't that very much liquidity to be grabbed below 60K. In comparison to the liquidity to be grabbed at 71, 74, 73, etc. Look at this. So then, my conclusion here is, even if they were to dump it, fine, so be it, dump it. But this will only, even if this is what, I was quite honestly hoping for. I'm going to show you my trade in just a second. I was really hoping for them to actually dump Bitcoin to maybe something like 60K, which would in turn dump Ethereum all the way down to something like 3K, maybe a week down to 2,700. This would devastate the market, and this would be the perfectest entry point ever, which is hard to predict where it's going to be the bottom. So I keep accumulating my Ethereum long trade because I understand I'm going to make millions from it. But at the same time, I don't know where the bottom is. So I just keep averaging out even my futures trade. So and this what brings me to the actual trade. Let me show it to you, and then I'm going to come back to the technicals. So I wouldn't worry about this now. Even if it happens, what is going to happen in turn, it's going to create a massive opportunity here. I actually added one more order at 3,000 because I already took an order here at 3,000, but I added another one for 50 ETH, and I added to the trade right here just to another 100,000. So this puts my average entry price currently at 3,400, and it's already an above $1 million trade. So if it actually comes down to 2,500, it's going to become a $2+ million trade. So certainly, as I said before, I'm ready to sustain some small short-term pain here because, again, if we actually set a take profit for this trade at, let's say, not before 10,000 per Ethereum, this already would be a $2 million profit. So I'm ready to sustain even a $500,000 short-term loss to build an insane trade. Considering everything I'm showing here, that it makes more sense for the price to go higher unless they want to manipulate it altogether jointly. This is what could be happening. That's why this brings me to the technicals. Because right now we actually got supported by very important levels, and you could also be scalp trading these levels, and this is what we do in the club as well. Because here I'm just showing you the bigger trades, but in the club we're taking quick swing trades and scalp trades and day trades. And here, beautiful scalp trade, beautiful bounce off of 3,200. So this is just this support, general support, that our next target, if we were to break the support on Ethereum, it would be 3K right here. And when it comes to Bitcoin, we're also still standing in this spreading wedge, which could continue like this and then explode higher. In my opinion, would be beautiful, and it certainly would help me to accumulate a bigger trade here on Ethereum so that the profit would not be just 2 million, but let's say 3, 4, 5 million on one single trade. Because again, I believe it long term. So therefore, for now, we're actually being supported by an important level of 65K. So if we break this one, we would still be in the vicinity of this spreading downward wedge, which usually is, again, bullish pattern, which I don't like these kinds of patterns, but that's what we see technically. So for now, we're still okay. So don't stress out. Relax. Remember what is happening. This is going to turn around. This is, even if they dump it, it's short term. It doesn't change anything. Remember about the fact that what history actually taught us, that these things are always short term and that we are seeing so much FOMO with already leverage on Wall Street. And we have asset managers putting in more and more long trades, and we have so much liquidity to the upside, so that even if we do go lower, it's going to be only short term and with a wick. So get ready. And as always, guys, check out this quick tutorial as to how to trade Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies with proper risk and money management. And peace and love. Thomas Kralow, stay smart, stay rich. Don't fall for FUD, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.